Haley Blake, Emily Ann Bricker, Aaron Sloan, James A. Stover, Shelby Rodriguez, Kara Wolosik.
Haley Blake, 23,760. Haley Blake, okay, she is here. Got a report from OEP. That's a good report, says you're doing what you should do. You've got some fines on court costs and community service to do.
Yeah, I was gonna pay it earlier, but I have to wait till after my thing to pay it.
What happened to your arm?
Oh, it's been broke
How long?
for a year. I'm not healing.
Oh, okay. Well, I assume you're getting some care for that, or?
No, just the brace.
Well, I mean, that's something that OBP, I think, could probably help you with. They do it all, so I understand it.
Okay.
We have medical providers that would see you and refer you out to somewhere that can help you for sure.
Okay.
Let Zach know when you go over there again.
Because I had one lady, and she said I needed surgery, but then now she's trying to talk me out of it. So, but if I need it, I want to do it because, I mean, I do hair for a living, so I need it.
Well, you probably need to see an orthopedic surgeon, I would say. So,
ODP can give you a referral for that.
Okay.
Okay, are you paying something on your fine today?
Yes,
How much?
45.
Okay. We need community service workers, and you need community service. When can you do it? You got 5 days you're supposed to do.
Tuesday, he said Tuesdays is the day they go out, ain't it? Or like
No,
7
we
in the
have every
morning?
day, every day. You can,
Oh.
there's a way you can work every day.
Okay.
Monday through Saturday from here.
Because I'm off on Tuesdays, that's when I could do it.
Okay? So Tuesday would be perfect. 7:30 a.m. here at the court on the west side of the building, over on that side.
Okay.
Keep up with your treatment. You're doing good, they say, so. Getting a new date for you. Mondays or Fridays better?
It don't matter, either
Doesn't
way.
matter. July 22nd.
The 22nd?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
9 o'clock, July 22nd. See the clerk about your payment.
Okay. You said 10 or 9?
9.
9, okay.
Reviews are always at 9.
Okay,
Thank you, Alan.
thank you.
Right. Emily Bricker, 23601. Lawrence County Recovery. So you're not doing buprenorphine any longer?
No, I stopped the shot. It was the shot. I did it twice and stopped.
Okay. Okay, you paid everything, and I'm going to finish your case. You've had several months of good reports on your treatment, so your case will be completed. You don't have to come back anymore. But
Thank
do
you.
what you need to do to stay in recovery.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Aaron Sloan, 23,368, 369, 750. And you're still at ARC?
I am. I'm getting ready to start an internship with him.
Okay, so you're gonna go work here, or
Yeah.
you got community service to do and fines to pay.
I do. I'm gonna pay my fines off completely next week. And I'm gonna be here tomorrow. My kids are gone for the week, so I can actually do the community
She
service.
did contact me, Your Honor, and advised me that her kids were on vacation or what's it?
Yeah, they're not with me, so I
With her,
can.
not with her, so she's gonna complete her community service.
Okay.
And you said if I did that, I didn't have to come back if I get it all done.
You pay your fines, do your community service. I need a letter from ARC saying you're completed.
We got that last time. I brought it to you twice, actually. He brought it to you on his phone because when they sent it to him, he had it, they had just sent it. For some reason, they're not getting the paperwork.
Well, here's
And then
what
he
it
printed
says.
it out and gave it to you, he said. Or
Here's what it
from what I
says.
remember last month.
Here's what it says.
Okay.
At this time, she has completed 6 months of treatment and has enough hours to apply for completion of the program. But it doesn't say you're completed, it just says you're.
Well, that's because I'm continuing to stay with him so I can do the internship.
Okay, just give me a letter that says you are completed.
Well, if I'd have to stop going there to be completed, is what I'm saying. And I'm staying with him so I can do the internship.
Okay, it does further go on to say she is compliant, should be considered released from any further obligation that required completion of treatment. So,
It's later this
okay.
month, it'll be a year, actually. I don't know why.
I'll accept that then as your letter of completion.
Thank
Just
you.
get your community service and fines done.
Absolutely.
July the 15th will be the
Thank
next
you.
hearing. If you get it finished, you don't have to come back.
Thanks so much.
James Stover. Nineteen 694, 695, 2630. Is that RRS? Okay, based on this, I want you to go do a urine screen. Go do a urine screen and have you come back after I get the results on that. Shelby Rodriguez. This is case number 23816.
Your Honor, if I may, on May 20th, Mr. Rodriguez was ordered to do some community service, and he has not been here since.
What do you say about that, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor, it's true. I made arrangements and didn't show up for the weekend community service, and I just got my car out today from being fixed, and that's my only issue with it. And I've been under the impression with you told me to show you that I want to put this behind me, and if I can have a chance to have community service done by our next court date, I'll impress you. I did get the assessment done, completed by the last court date, and I will start paying soon.
Okay, I want you to do your urine screen also. So do your urine screen, come back, and we'll decide how we're going to go forward. Here, let's, all right. 2328.
She's doing great, Your Honor.
222589. Got a report from RS.
I moved back home. They come in the house, got a gun, got
Working on the nursing program now. Very good. Says you've been an ideal client, embrace change that came with your sobriety and your example to others. Excellent.
Thank you.
Can't get much better than that. Okay, I'm going to finish you up too. You've had excellent reports for quite a while. All your fines are paid off, so your case is completed. Congratulations. And it sounds like you know what you need to do to stay in recovery, so just keep doing that. without me looking over your shoulder, so.
Thank you.
You are completed. Good job. That finishes the reviews. We're going to do we've got a lot of arraignments today. Arraignments are the new cases. I think there's 23 new cases in this court. So some of those people are in jail, so we'll do some of the arraignments from the jail teleconference. When we get to that, some of them, the paperwork's still being worked on, because a lot of times they come in and try to follow all this morning. So we may not get to everybody's arraignment right now, but I'm going to give you some instructions about it. So if you're here for a new case, when your name's called, come up to the table to your right, stand there, and I'm going to go over the charges with you. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent under the Constitution. So if you do make statements, what you say is considered a voluntary statement, and it's on the record. If you get up and immediately admit that you did something, well, the state can use that against you. You have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you're facing, there's two types of charges: misdemeanors, which you can only go to the county jail for; felonies, which you can go to prison for if you're convicted. On the misdemeanor arraignment, I will ask you for a plea. You're not allowed to enter a plea at the first hearing on a felony, so I won't even ask. But your plea is your answer to the charge. Guilty, not guilty, no contest. Those are the three choices you have. If you don't know what to do, if you're confused, if you want to talk to a lawyer, if you want a trial about your case, you should enter not guilty. Not guilty is always the safest plea to enter. It preserves those rights that I went over with you. If you enter guilty or no contest, you're waiving your rights. And you shouldn't do that if you don't understand what's happening. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Spears. Case number TRD 241212.
Sir, you're Joshua Spears?
Yes, sir.
It looks like there was a crash. So I'm looking
Yeah.
at the crash. Okay, so it looks like your vehicle is the one that got struck by the fellow who ran the stop sign.
Yeah.
Is that right? And
Yes,
you were
sir.
operating a company vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do on this. I'm going to dismiss this, and here's the reason. You're charged with a non-jailable offense. We have a traffic court. They're supposed to cite those people in the traffic court, not into this is, we have traffic cases here, but they're all jailable.
Yeah.
This is a criminal body. So I'm going to dismiss it, but that doesn't mean your license is reinstated. From what the officer's saying, I don't know if it's true. They're saying your license had been suspended, suspension is over, never got reinstated. So you need to get in touch with the BMV, get reinstated. So this isn't going to cure that, but I'm going to throw the case out since they cited you in the wrong court.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. You can go to there's a BMV office in Proctorville, one in Ironton. You can go there, and they're supposed to help you look at your computer and see what you need to do to get reinstated, or you can call the BMV. Or maybe you already know what you need to do.
Okay.
It's showing that you are not reinstated.
Yeah, I think it was suspended and I went through everything, got it fixed, and then went to take the test, and the state of Ohio said I was supposed to pay $100 for the DUI class and took a test. That's the only thing that's left to do.
Okay. Well, whatever you need to do, you need to do it. I mean, I'm surprised your employer lets you drive if they don't know. Maybe they do know now, so you don't have.
Well, there was a work permit I was on.
Okay. Well, that's probably out now. So, case is dismissed for being filed in the wrong court. You're free to go.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Harry M. Rude, case number TRD 22805 A and B, CRB 21392 A and B. Harry Rude.
Okay, is he in the jail? Because he had a warrant outstanding before.
It's here.
Harry Rude.
Was here, I think. Because
Harry Rude, he has a bond up, actually, that was just posted. Okay, we'll come back to it later in the document.
No answer, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Turner, case number CRB 23732 and TRD 1562 A and B.
Okay, I'm going to let Mr. Sowers know that Mr. Rude did not show up this morning. And you're Daniel Turner?
Yes, sir.
There's a really old case and a newer case. 1562 alleges you failed to appear for a review hearing, and that was on a failure to reinstate your driving privileges. And 23732 was a menacing. And that case alleges that at Perry Township on November 12th of 2023, you knowingly caused Adrian Wheeler to believe you caused physical harm to Adrian Wheeler's personal property. That's a 4th degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes.
Are you working?
No.
You have no income?
Draw disability.
I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. Both matters. Mr. Stratton, he's got a case from 2015 on a license issue that's alleged he failed to appear for a review. Then he's got a new missing charge. He has a bond out now. So his bond is continued that he posted. It's an M4, so unless there's a time waiver, we'll need to come back pretty quick.
Let's go back for that first pre-trial, and if we need more time, then we will.
I'm sorry.
Maybe-
The last thing I didn't hear.
If we'll come to the first pre-trial, then see if this is something the state wants to proceed with or not.
Okay, the 17th then,
Yeah, 17.
June 17, for pre-trial on both matters. And I'm showing on his old case, 1562, He just owes fines, $265 is what's I'm showing left.
Okay. All right.
June 17th, 10 o'clock is the next hearing.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Alexander, case number TRC 21-1967, A and B.
Okay. And you're Jeremy Alexander.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like your case was actually set a week ago.
Yes, it was, and I missed it. I actually forgot what day it was, and I continue to mean to do the community service. It's just every time I do, something comes up. I've recently started a business, and it's been doing really well, and I get phone calls all the time to go price jobs. I know I need to get it done because it's more of a hassle on me to have them come back than anything at this point.
Okay, when can you come out? I mean, give me a commitment.
I've got a job Saturday and Monday, so
Your Honor, if I may, the last couple times he's been in court, he's been waiting for your community service and hasn't showed up.
yeah, he's absolutely right. This has been 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
And the case is from
My
2020.
commitment as to when you're going to be here. You did make a substantial payment.
You didn't have to see.
Yeah, I give $200 when I come in, but I'm a Wednesday, Saturday, coming Wednesday and Saturday I can be here, and then every Saturday after that.
Okay. Mr. Cooper's got you down for that this upcoming Wednesday, which will be the 12th of June. And I'll set your next review hearing, because it doesn't matter if it's Mondays or Fridays.
No, I mean, it really don't.
July 12th. July 12th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Finish, you can quit coming these here.
I need to.
State of Ohio versus Robert E. Gensley, case number CRB 23-324, CRA 21-345, CRB 21-346, CRB 21-222, CRB 21-114 and 115.
You're Robert Hensley,
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Morford, your attorney.
Yes, sir.
He's on the docket, but not here yet, so just have a seat. When he arrives, we'll get you together. He's not here yet. We'll recall you after you talk to your lawyer.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Brianna M. Sparks, case number TRD 22-1239, A and B.
You're Brianna Sparks.
Yeah.
She's at the
Yes, Your Honor. She is due to complete on the 14th, but we are actively working on trying to find her an appropriate aftercare, so she may be with us a little bit longer than that.
Okay. Well, this is an old case on a traffic matter where you were charged with no driver's license and failure to display plates. You had entered a plea, but sentencing was delayed to try to let you get your license back, and then you didn't show up for the sentencing hearing, it looks like. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Did you ever reach your license?
Not yet.
Okay.
I just gotta pay a fine and I can get it.
Well, let's just go ahead and finish it. This case has been sitting around too long. So on the no driver's license, I'll impose a $50 fine. Note if you're in treatment, you don't have much money. $50 fine, and on the failure to display plates, a $20 fine. 1 court cost, and then I'll set it for a final pay date of September the 10th. So if you pay it before then, it's all good. If you don't pay it, you won't be able to get a license, so we'll send it in, they'll block you from getting a license.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, that's it.
Okay, you want a copy of the judgment, or you get it from the clerk.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck in your treatment.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recall Shelby Rodriguez, that's number CRV 23396, CRC 23816 A and B.
Okay, it's an acceptable screen, so I'll give you some more time to get this done. July 15th will be your next hearing. You get it finished, you don't have to come back. July 15th, 9 o'clock. I'm showing you got 10 days community service and $885 in fines.
July 15th at 8 o'clock?
I'm sorry, 9 o'clock, 9 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
Free to go.
State of Ohio recalls James R. Stover, case number CRV 19694, TRC 192630 A and B.
It's a clean screen.
Your Honor, he's compliant with us. He's
Okay.
compliant with Judge Finley's reentry court.
Oh, very good.
He's done community service here and through common pleas.
All right. I'll set your next, you still have some community services all you got left to do.
Your Honor, he's been in contact with me, he's doing community service through us and police.
Okay.
Yes.
Got dates set up.
Yes.
July 22nd will be your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Get it finished and we'll stop these hearings. July 22nd, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, we're gonna have more arraignments, but that's all the paperwork we've got now ready. We'll come back to arraignments when they get us some more cases. We're in pre-trials, so all the pre-trial documents. We need lawyers to come in the courtroom.
State of Ohio versus Perry S. Schaefer, case number CRV 24145.
Mr. Shire's case, I'm sorry, Mr. Stratton's case.
Yeah. Sorry, speak with Mr. Schaefer outside, Your Honor.
Okay, you need more time?
No, I think we're good, Your Honor. Mr. Schaefer, we were back and forth on this case, and it appears that he would like a jury trial on this matter.
Okay.
Which I think we're setting them out in August, I believe.
We have set one in August, yes.
Yeah, maybe
I
set
think
that.
that was yours, wasn't it? Didn't we set one of yours in August?
Yeah. The name's not coming to my mind at the moment, Your Honor. But we can set this on top of that to make sure that we at least have one that day. Whatever the court wants to do, but I'm just thinking of what would be more efficient.
Okay, I'll set it for August the 9th, but we're going to need to have a pre-trial before.
Yes.
That'll be at noon. Let's go maybe 3 weeks before. July 26th?
Yes.
July 26th for a pre-trial.
That's it. Okay. So we're going back for one more pre-trial, July 26th at 10, and then we went ahead and put the jury trial on this time, just like I told you it was going to be.
Okay, so I'll be hearing from you then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, see you.
State of Ohio versus Joseph R. Sherman, case number CRV 24113 A and B, CRV 23248. Joseph Sherman.
Oh, okay, I will there.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial Joseph Sherman.
I completed it, I'm actually going voluntarily now.
Okay, all right. How much can you pay today?
I'm gonna pay 30 today.
He'll pay $30 on his old case today, Your Honor.
Very good.
And he's at PATH. That's his PATH letter.
It's a good report.
Yeah.
Continue to monitor it, or how you want to proceed with this?
This one, we were going to give it a couple more times, I believe.
Yeah.
And then eventually dismiss. It's the hope.
One of the things that we have to think about is there was a resisting arrest as part of this. And we haven't really made any promises per se. However, we want him to continue and be successful in the treatment. And we're not entirely, let's see here. So the alleged victim in this matter is no longer having a relationship with Mr. Sherman. And so that might help us to resolve that issue in Mr. Sherman's favor if he's willing to continue with his treatment. As far as the resisting arrest, we probably want to proceed on that, whether it's a guilty plea or a trial. But our recommendation as to what would happen in the case if he were to be found guilty would be largely determined by how well he does in treatment. We want him to do the treatment. That's the main focus.
Yes. So, Your Honor, we'll continue in treatment. We'll set up for another date to follow up on that, and then we'll have a resolution one way or the other on the resisting arrest at that time.
Okay. Let's go out about 6 weeks, and July 22nd or 26th?
26, Your Honor.
July 26th. will be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Nathaniel C. Thacker, case number CRB 23651.
Mr. Stratton's case.
Mr. Thacker's is also up path, Your Honor. Possibly resolve this today. As we talked, this was going to be continuous ongoing thing. And we'll have it for a while. And they will pay, all costs should be paid on this case too, I believe. Yeah, that's what, yeah. So last time we discussed that as long as he had costs paid today, that this should resolve the case.
And if you got a good report, and it looks like he has.
Yep.
The state's still agreeable to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Case is dismissed.
All right. Thank you. You're done?
Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Garrett A. Childers, case number CRB 24221.
Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Did you get the file?
No, I don't. Garrett Childers is on the thing.
It's that M4. Disorder.
We've not been able to find that. Could we have this one recalled, Your Honor?
Yes, case will be recalled here in the docket.
See, that's good.
State of Ohio versus Aaron E. Wenzel, case number CRB 2427.
Tyers case set for pretrial.
Okay.
May I approach?
Yes.
Nothing from the new, it's where it's true. And I've just gotten another letter. I'm going to, see if I can forward that. I've just forwarded that by text message to you, Mr. Field.
Okay.
I just got it, so I have a chance to print it out.
What's the state looking for in this case?
Well, we wanted to be successful in treatment.
And he's completed OVP. This is follow-up care to that. This is an alleged theft from a family member. It's my understanding that the family member's real desire was to see success in treatment.
Is that person here by any chance?
Is it your
Is
own?
that person?
Yeah, and it was
Is he
given
here,
back.
though?
No, he's not. He said he called and dropped the charges afterwards. It's a minute.
You're not the file this one.
Yeah, but I know about it. And if he's been successful enough in treatment at this point, we're willing to go ahead and dismiss the case with the payment of court costs.
So,
I can pay it this week when I get here.
okay, he thinks he can pay that in, well, he says this week, it's
I'll pay it Thursday.
Friday, so next week. So if we want to set this back in a few weeks, next Friday is the last day I'll be here until the 28th. So if you want to set it on one of those days, or we can go a little further out since it's just a court cost issue and.
Why don't we just set it for July the 8th, and if he's paid by then, he doesn't have to appear.
Okay, so if you understand, we'll write it down, 'cause if you don't pay, you're gonna be here.
I'll bring it next week.
So he does not have to appear, costs are paid by July the 8th, the case will be dismissed. He hasn't paid, he needs to appear on July the 8th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Leonard E. Johnson Jr. Case number CRB 23401, CRA 22276, CRB 22278, CRB 17156.
Your Honor, I got a call from Mr. Johnson that he's at a doctor's appointment, and I don't know if we can maybe reschedule this. It looks like we got a report. Hopefully he's doing well, but if we could do this, have him brought back in Monday or next Friday.
Yeah.
As long as he's compliant, is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's been doing well.
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor. We'll need a time waiver.
It's fine.
And when did you want to come back, Mr. Smith?
We can do it if either next week or whatever the court docket. The only time I'm not available is the week of the 24th of this month.
Your Honor, he has the other day, community service officer.
Okay, thank you. The 21st.
That's fine.
At the finished request, all these cases are continued to June 21st for pre-trials.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we have some more arraignments to do.
State of Ohio versus White Christopher Storms. Case number CRA 24345.
Mr. Wyatt, Christopher Storms.
Yes, Your Honor.
You just been handed a copy of the charge. It alleges in case number 24345 that June the 5th in Perry Township, you knowingly for possession or use of controlled substance being fentanyl-related compound. Possession of that's a 5th-degree felony, maximum penalty a year in jail, $2,500 fine. You understand the charge? You understand your rights?
I'm sorry.
When I explain rights of defendants?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Will you hear when I explain what rights defendants have?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that? Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have a job?
No.
Mr. Steyer?
But I do have a question.
We're going to get you a lawyer, so it'd be better if you ask your questions to the lawyer. I think he would tell you, because what you say to him is privilege. What you say in open court is not privilege.
I need to talk to you about this a little bit, but we'll do it away from the microphones, okay? Just hang tight, we'll get a date to come back, I'm going to step out and close.
What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Storm?
We would be interested in seeing him start some drug treatment if he feels that it's something that would benefit him. If he does that, we're okay with no harm.
He has insurance through his mother's work, which I would assume means it's private insurance, which I would in turn assume means we're going to be pretty limited on who can even do anything with him, but OVP usually is a good starting point for that.
He's a Kentucky resident, right?
Do you guys have anything in Kentucky?
Yes, I am.
We have an outpatient office in Kentucky.
So, might be a possibility of something.
That or ARC?
Well, I don't know if ARC takes regular insurance or not.
I think they do.
Okay, well
They
then.
take private insurance, I believe.
Oh, okay, they do. Then that, well, OV or ARC, either way. Are you comfortable with ARC?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll discuss it with him.
They're at the old Belmont.
They don't have anyone here, do they?
So.
I didn't figure, but you never know.
The one that I went to before was in Flemingsburg.
Okay, well, we'll get it figured out.
Are you you're living in Grayson now? Or?
Back and forth,
Between where?
Cold Grove and Grayson.
Okay. Well, let me explain to you what's going on, and you can talk to Mr. Sauer. I'll give you a brief explanation. It's my understanding that the state would be willing to keep your case here as long as you went to treatment and did well, and perhaps even get it dismissed here without you ever going to the grand jury for an indictment and going to the felony court. So that requires on your part to go to treatment, get an assessment, do what they tell you to do. And it sounds like I'm picking up that maybe you've had treatment before.
Yes.
So do that, get clean, show the court that you're going to serious about, you're going to stay in recovery, and you can even get this charge dismissed without ever being indicted.
Okay.
So I think you talked to Mr. Shire, he would say that's probably a really good way to go on your case. You got a bond up, I'll continue your bond. Do you want to talk to him about that, or do you want to agree to do the assessment, come back, stay in this court without a preliminary hearing?
Do you want to agree to do it? You want to do an assessment? Okay. We want to do the assessment, Your Honor.
Okay. How about the 20, come back in 2 weeks, so you didn't have time to get the assessment and come back?
Your Honor, 2 weeks, I'm out of town, I'm back. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong calendar, hang on, wrong month, let me get the calendar correct. But no, 2 weeks I am out, I do the 28th.
Okay, 28th of June. June 28th will be the next hearing. Then it waives time till then.
We will, Your Honor.
There's a representative from OVP here if you want to talk to her about getting treatment there. The bond is continued. Next hearing, June 28th, 10 o'clock.
So, make sure you can read that. I'll hold the best handwriting in the world. Okay. Wait for me out here, it's gonna be called the do not leave. Wait for me. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Robert L. Slaughter, case number CRB 24346, A and B.
Yes, sir. Sir, you're Robert Slaughter?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Slaughter, it's alleged that at Perry Township on June 5th of this year, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Jeremy Sanders. The charge filed against you is assault. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your right?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
I plead guilty, and I'd like to explain what happened and led up to the whole situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me go through some things. Oh, there's also another charge. There's a B charge. Disorderly conduct. That alleges same time and place you recklessly caused inconvenience, annoyance, alarm to others by fighting, being threatening.
Yeah, so you say
and turbulence.
yeah, I'm guilty of that because, like I said, the assault charge happened at the same time.
Okay. Does the state have, if you enter a guilty plea, you're admitting these charges are true. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. What's the state?
Your Honor, I've got a statement from the South Point Police, if you want me to read it.
Yes, I don't have that.
I responded to food fare. This is the code of Pennington police officer for South Point. I responded to food fare at 409 Solid Road in reference to an assault that occurred inside the store. I spoke with the manager when I arrived at the store. He advised me that they had 2 employees working in the deli when the husband of one arrived. Amy Slaughter was one of the workers, and her husband, Robert Slaughter II, came in there accusing her of cheating on him with the other worker who was in the deli, Jeremy Sanders. A brief argument ensued that ended with Robert Slaughter telling Jeremy that he was going to catch him after work. Right after that statement, Robert started to walk down the deli case and picked up a bell sitting on the counter and threw it and hit Jeremy in the left portion of his, it says his.
It was the side of his face.
Causing an injury that bled. Robert then left the store and called back where I spoke with him. He advised that I was going to arrest him. Robert agreed to meet and be placed under arrest. Food Fare wished that Robert would not come back onto their property or he would be charged with trespassing.
Okay, do we know if Mr. Sanders had any medical expenses?
We don't at this point. Let's see, unless this says something here. But I think this was at the time it happened. We would have to find out whether there's any restitution for medical. And hopefully there's a phone number for the alleged victim.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I know that he said that he didn't go to the hospital. My wife talked to him after. But what it was that led up to all this is he had sent a masturbation video to my wife's phone, and it was an unknown number about 2 weeks ago. Well, you know, I wrote down the number, and, you know, I just kind of let it slide because me and my wife's been together for 16 years, and I was like, well, you know, I don't know who it is because it was just labeled as unknown. Well, so I wrote down the number, and then my little girl starts getting text messages. I've got it all right here, like with the phone number, and it was labeled Dad. So I got to thinking, I was like, well, whose number is that? So I asked my little girl. She said, it's Jeremy's. And I said, okay, so what's going on? She was like, well, you know, Mommy and Jeremy's been seeing each other for the last month behind your back. And I had no idea. And then when I went over to confront him about it, he sends me this to my little girl's phone. And that is when I picked the bell up and flung it. It was just like a reaction. I was so heated because he's calling my kids. You know, he's like, Daddy will take care of you, your dad's a deadbeat. And then he sends me a photo of my wife and him hugged up at the park. So it was just like a spur of the moment type deal, plus he's calling my kid, you know, Daddy and stuff like that. But
how old is your child?
My child's 13. He should have never even been texting my child.
Show that
I would, yes, sir. This was sent to my child's phone the day of the accident. That right there. My wife, and then some of these text messages right here where he's even asking where I'm at while she's at work. He even wanted my daughter to meet him at the park, and I was like, that's not gonna fly. So, like I said, I mean, I lost it, I admitted to it, that's why I came back. I mean, I could have ran, but I didn't. And I even told the officer, I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna man up, because of the fact that, you know, me and my wife are trying to work things out. We talked about it, and I was like, you know, I just don't appreciate him texting my daughter's phone. And that's why I originally went over it was just to confront him about texting my daughter's phone, and then it went, they said that I was accusing him of cheating with my wife, and then he sent me that picture.
Mr. Hill, how do you want to proceed?
What we would propose, Your Honor, is for the court to withhold a finding on his plea, hold that in abeyance, see if he wants to have an attorney.
I don't. I mean, I'm guilty of hitting the dude with the bell. I'm straight honest with you. It was just like an act of rage. I'm also seeing a mental health doctor right now. I'm on Hodges Therapeutics. I'm on new medication. I was off my meds for a year. They put me back on them because of my anger issues, ADHD. So, like, and this has all just been in the last month that I went back on the meds. My sugar, actually, I'm a diabetic. My sugar was up to like 500. I don't even remember even going to the store. I was just that heated when I got there.
We're at least going to need to contact the victim. And also, it is a little bit concerning about the communications that Mr. Slaughter has on his phone that maybe, I don't know whether something criminal happened or not, but it certainly...
Yeah, as you say, well, nothing criminal happened to my daughter. Like, I would have flipped. Like, what it is he's trying to be like daddy, and they were even talking about moving in together and some of the texts. So that's why I said, I mean, I'm guilty. I mean, if I can do, I'd love to do community service, just try to stay out of jail because I am taking...
Here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to sentence you today or even accept your plea. You can put it out there, and the state says, let's just hold off. We'll come back in 3 weeks. I'll give them a chance to do a little more research and see what they want to do. Are you working, sir, or what?
I do Grubhub, and my wife works at Food Fair, so what it is I sit with the kids while she's, because see, I get to make my own schedule. So when she gets off work...
What kind of income do you have?
Who, me? I probably make about $300 to $400 a week, if that. So, most times, but then there's sometimes that I don't make anything. It just varies. There's
Well,
no...
You're probably entitled to a court-appointed attorney if you want one. Do you want me to appoint a lawyer for you?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Mr. Are they both Mr. Smiths there? Or?
Mr.
No,
Smith.
Mr. Stratton. I didn't see Mr. Stratton. I'll point you, Mr. Smith.
So, Your Honor, one of the challenges we might have is that nowhere in the report is the alleged victim's telephone number or home address.
I got it.
He's got it. His whole family has it.
I would be happy to share that with you.
Contact, but that's his number.
What would you like to do with regard to his plea?
Judge, could we withdraw the plea at this point? Let me speak with him and come back in a couple of weeks, and hopefully by then Mr. Hill will make contact with...
All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea.
Thank you, Judge.
Since your prior plea was uncounseled. Could do the 21st or 28th, Mr.
The 28th has fewer, if that'll work.
June 28th?
Yes.
Will be the next hearing. Pre-trial. And Mr. Slaughter has posted a bond, so it's continued.
We do need a protection order.
Okay. I'm going to order, Mr. Slaughter, that you not go around or contact Jeremy Sanders.
That shouldn't be a problem, Judge.
His son, I'm actually at my house because he was dating my little daughter.
His son is there.
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea it was him and his son until like 2 days ago.
Okay. So, speak with Mr. Smith and you're free to go.
Okay.
See you out there shortly.
State of Ohio versus Miranda Brandenburg, case number CRA 24342.
Brandenburg?
Yes.
Ms. Brandenburg, it's alleged that at Windsor Township on April the 8th through May the 2nd of 2024, you purposely defrauded another to obtain service by use of a credit card, and that you knew the card was either expired or revoked or been obtained by a violation of law. Value of the service is $97,903, so almost $10,000 more or less. It's alleged this is misuse of a credit card that you've been charged with. It's a felony of the 3rd degree. Maximum penalty is 5 years in jail, $8,000 fine. Do you understand these charges?
I understand the charges.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Mm-hmm.
You have the money to hire a lawyer?
No,
Are you working?
no.
Is Tyler Smith?
Yes, he is here now.
Appoint Tyler Smith to represent you?
Your Honor, I just got told he left.
Okay. We'll appoint him then. Mr. Morphy?
He is here.
Morning, Judge.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. All right, Mr. Morphy, I'm appointing you to represent Ms. Brandenburg. It's a felony 3. Misuse of the credit card. She came in on her, well, she has a bond up, so she posted the bond, so that's continued then. Bond's continued.
You posted your bond, sir.
Yeah.
And set the next hearing. Do you have a preference as to when to come by?
No, Judge, I don't. We'd be willing to waive time. If your calendar would be better off waiving it.
Yeah, the 21st would be better.
But I don't have a problem waiving time until then,
2
Judge.
weeks out. Okay, defendant agrees to set the preliminary for June 21st. Preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock. And we're going to recall each case.
I've had to do it.
Okay, so if you'll stay in here, we'll call you up your other cases.
Yes, we'll do, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Robert E. Hensley, case number CRB 23324.
And I got a text this morning from Ryan Tarvin that Mr. Hensley was at the counseling center, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you just started there.
Yes, sir. 2 weeks, going on 3.
Okay. All right, Mr. Moore.
Judge, I guess you want me to address the failure to appear.
Yeah, he had, according to my records, he had a hearing here on May 17th that he didn't appear for.
Go ahead, you want to tell him where you were?
I was in OVP, sir.
Something happened, they didn't bring you, or the bus broke down, or something like that.
Yeah.
Judge.
Well, according to what I got from Mr. Tarvin, he's okay at TTC. He's doing what he's supposed to do there.
Judge, during the time period of August 21st to December of 2022, he was serving a prison sentence. If any of the failures to appear occurred during that time period, he was incarcerated.
Okay. Well, he's been to treatment, he finished Cardinal, finished OVP, I'm sorry, finished Cardinal, Ironton, now he's at TTC.
He had a stop in between there, Judge, Hughes reentry,
Okay.
before he went to OVP.
Well, it sounds like he's back on track now, so if you're wanting just to continue to monitor, and he's got old cases where he needs to take care of things.
Restitution.
Is that what you're wanting, Mr. Moore?
Yes, please, Judge.
Okay, I'll cancel the warrant. And reschedule, or give him another pretrial in July. July 15th.
I'm here, no, Judge, I'm sorry, I've got a trial on common pleas the first day.
July 8th.
I'm here then, Judge.
July the 8th will be Mr. Hensley's next hearing for pretrial and reviews on his other cases.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Continue with your counsel.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Travis Black, case number CRB 23743.
Mr. Morford is representing Mr. Black, except for pretrial.
Judge, he told him he's ready to go home.
Okay, you got a good report from the state. What's the state want to do?
I wanted to ask first about the report that we received from ABH, whether that needs to be accepted by the court as far as him being restored to competency.
Could we do that under seal, Judge, considering the nature of it?
I have no objection to that.
No objection to that. I've been speaking with the representative from Bethesda this morning about Travis, and we want to make sure that he is going to land on his feet and not get back into the same situation that he was in, which is going to require that he keeps his medications, does what there's according to the prescriptions, and that he doesn't find himself back in the same kind of trouble he was in before. Now, the charge is still pending now at this point, aggravated menacing. What we would suggest, Your Honor, is, and I've discussed this with Taylor, about just not necessarily having Travis stay at the Bethesda facility, but at least have him on an outpatient basis for a while.
My client's agreeable with that, Judge.
What's his name?
Okay, so he'll be able to come home, but he's still going to do some counseling on an outpatient basis for a while. Eventually, I think, I think this was a relative complaint, and what they want to see was get what's happened, that he gets straightened out, get on his meds, do well. So I'm taking from that the state would be willing to dismiss at some point down the road.
I believe that's the case. Now, we issued a subpoena for Mr. Tickner, the alleged victim. I don't know if he's here or not.
He's here.
All right, Mr. Tickner, if you would come up and talk to
He
the
was
prosecutor.
hardly here, though.
Well, then you need to get closer and come up and talk to the prosecutor.
You can't really read it.
Are you okay with him coming home? You do that. Okay, now listen, he's going to keep going to Bethesda. He's going to keep going to the counselor. to make sure he stays on his medications. If we find out that he's not on his medications, if you find out, you need to tell us, okay? We don't want anything like this to happen, okay? All right. Thank you. Well, wait, stay here, stay here. So I've spoken with Mr. Tickner, you probably heard the conversation, and I believe he's okay with what we have planned. The only thing we'll need is a time waiver and allow him to continue on with his treatment.
We would do
Go
that.
home.
We'll wait time.
Okay, I'm going to agree that Mr. Black can be released from the inpatient at Bethesda. He'll start outpatient. We'll come back July 22nd. If you're available then, Mr. Morford, to monitor things.
July
22nd.
22nd? No, Judge, that's day one.
Thank you.
No, I'll take it back. That's pled, I'm good. I can be here.
22nd, okay. July 22nd will be his next hearing. You're doing really well.
Thank you.
I can see a remarkable change in you from when you first came in here, so keep doing what you're doing and get this case dismissed eventually. So July 22nd will be your next hearing. You can go back home, be with your family.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's gonna go back to work too, Judge.
Okay, very good.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Davis, case number 24 CRB 253.
Hey, Butch.
One second. It's Mr. Morford's case, Christopher Davis, pretrial.
It's not a third offense. It's a first offense. Well, the ticket said third, it said it had 2 priors. Your Honor, one thing we want to clarify, and in looking, this is an Athalia arrest, and the ticket indicates that this would be a third offense, but, well, Mr. Davis is 18 years old, or was at the time. We did a background check, a criminal history and driving record, and there were no priors. So this would be a first. If he were to plead guilty, we would ask for the forfeiture of the gun and treatment of the OVI with the minimum mandatories.
Do you understand what he's offering me? So just want to give up the gun. You can give up the gun, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm fine with that. What about leading to that evidence? Judge, we're going to have to change the plea.
Okay.
Guilty.
Is that correct, Mr. Davis?
Yeah.
You have a right to make a statement to the court if you wish. Do you have anything you want to say before I send you?
No.
All right, so on 24-253, that's going to be dismissed on forfeiture of the weapon, is my understanding. Is that correct, Mr. Hewitt?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And that, you have a description of
It's not in the affidavit, Judge. I don't think it gives a serial number.
Do you remember what day this happened?
They gave no identification of the gun. As far as I can see.
how do you want to handle that?
I guess not forfeit the gun.
Okay, order return.
Yes.
So that'll be dismissed, but with the order that the weapon be returned. I'll put that on the OBI judgment entry also.
Okay.
So what'll happen, I'm assuming the failure still has the weapon, you'll need to get a certified copy of the judgment entry. You can help me with that, Mr. Morford, take it to the police department. Okay, that's the OBI is 24885. Enter guilty plea, fine $375. Or the cost be paid. 20, license suspension would be 6
I
months.
don't think my section is correct.
Well, yeah, that's the Thalia Village ordinance.
Oh, okay, because it's not showing where I can put. So what day do you want the offense to start?
It started the day of the citations, April the 10th. Days suspended. I'll order him to do 30 hours of community service, which is 5 days. 2 years of probation, level 4. He has to go to the driver intervention program. Ordered again, return. What was again? We need to put a description in the judgment for what kind of gun was it.
I'm not sure.
Who does know? Was it not your gun or his gun?
It wasn't even my gun.
Oh.
I was in the car and I got pulled over for a plate light. And I didn't even know the gun was in there until I was looking around.
Whose gun was it?
It's registered to my Aunt Misty, I'm pretty sure, but she left it to my sister because she's pregnant and has another kid. And she left it to her so she can have something while she's like, how to protect herself supposedly.
Is your aunt still living?
Yeah.
Okay. It's registered to her?
Pretty sure.
Well, I think what we need to do is probably have her, if she wants the gun back, she needs to come into court and ask for an order that it be returned to her.
All right.
And what's her name?
Misty Hill, October, she got married.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to put that in there. So back that out.
Do you want?
Okay, I'll tell you what, go back, take out the order and return. Take that all out. The court will make an order. Concerning the weapon. After the owner appears in court. So if she doesn't want it, then she doesn't need to show up, but I'm not gonna do anything on an order until she shows up and appears before the court, and if I think it's legit, then I can order the weapon returned to her. And of course, I'm gonna need a description from her as to what the weapon is.
All right.
Okay, are you working?
I'm working, well, before I was trying to go as a correctionals officer, but right now I'm also putting in another place at Osco's in Jackson.
Okay. Well, I can give you a permit for work purposes, so I assume that's what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a permit for work purposes. to come to community service, because you got 5 days of that to do, to go to the driver intervention program. And you can go to anyone that's approved by the state. There's a new one here in Lawrence County. It's just starting up this month. It'll be, to my understanding, it'll be on a monthly basis hereafter.
All right.
Is there any, they were going to send somebody to the court session, but I don't know if there's anybody here today. I don't see anybody, but Mr. Major can give you the information how to get in touch with them. You can go to other firms. This has to be approved by the state of Ohio. There's one in Sauter County, and I think all the bigger counties have multiple ones. I'll dismiss the plate by charge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So you need to see Mr. Major before you leave. He'll be your probation officer. He can give you the information about the driver intervention school, the 3-day school.
All right.
Any questions to me? Your review hearing is December 6th. You get everything done, you don't have to show up. If you don't have everything done, you gotta show up for that hearing. If you don't show up and you got stuff left to do, you automatically get a warrant.
All right.
Just get it finished, you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you. Let me come back and say 9.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Barbara R. Lawson, case number CRB 22709.
Barbara Lawson. Set for pretrial, she was at ODP.
Yeah, she hasn't been to an appointment since April 30th though, so.
Okay. And she hasn't shown up today. Any reason not to issue a warrant, Mr. Courtroom?
Judge, I don't have any information on her.
All right, there'll be a warrant issued for failure to appear.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Justin Michael Reaper, case number CRB 24226.
Mr. Morford's case set for pretrial.
Excuse me, sorry.
Approach, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, this case will be continued to get some records, and what do you need, maybe a month?
Please, Judge, I don't know how fast the VA would move.
July 8th?
That's good, I think you put something else on there.
July the 8th will be the next one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
It's about time.
State of Ohio versus Sonny Steele, case number CRB 24288.
This is their evidence against you, that's their case. The witness there was anything they might introduce.
If he would be willing to pay restitution for the entire errors in the tow bill, we'd probably dismiss the charge.
If you make restitution or pay for the damage to the tires and the tow bill, will dismiss this from me. Why not? Would you do that? Judge, I think the state would be willing to dismiss this charge on the conditions that he make restitution for the damages caused to the tires, along with the tow bill.
Do we know how much that is?
We don't have receipts yet, we've been told. So if Mr. Steele wants to accept that today, that's fine. If not, we'd have to come back and have the receipts. But it'll be, the total will be $450.
Judge, apparently somebody that was involved in this incident came with a trailer and took the car. It wasn't commercial service that did it.
They brought a truck and a car hauler out and took it.
Okay.
We can get to the bottom of it, find out what the restitution actually is.
Come back for another hearing, it sounds like.
Please.
How long will that take?
Well, I don't know more than a couple or 3 weeks.
We'll see what they come up with. It's not
July 8th?
That's fine, Judge.
July 8th will be next. For pre-trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thanks, sir.
State of Ohio versus Bridget A. Ellis. Case number CRB 19-820, CRB 18-235, CRA 18-171.
Mr. Morford's case, Ms. Ellis, this.
May I press one?
Yes.
Ms. Ellis is requesting to transfer to Hope Source. She has a prior relationship there as well, and with that facility, and you know, sometimes we just aren't the best fit for people.
Okay. Have you communicated with them? Are they willing to accept you, or?
Yes, I have spoken with them. Actually, before I was arrested, I had already made plans to go back there.
And would that be as an inpatient?
Yes.
Is there anybody here from Hope Source today?
There isn't, but we can communicate and get that transfer.
Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll allow her to transfer her care to Hope Source, inpatient care. Do an entry on that. Set her next hearing for July the 8th.
That's good, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. July the 8th is next hearing.
Maybe we might want to have some pulled pork or roast beef for lunch that day.
That would be wonderful. Hope Source.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Shelley Clay. Case number CRB 24-162.
Mr. Smith's case set for pre-trial.
Because I didn't do it. My husband had his friend call to get our stuff. It wasn't me.
We'll set it for trial.
Okay.
Hey, Judge, this is our second pre-trial. I don't think we'll get anywhere. I think it's going to be necessary, unfortunately, to have a bench trial. We're just at opposite ends of what we think the outcome should be.
And she kept half of my stuff and everything.
We could try.
They told me, the police department told me, I'm bringing them like a list of everything, with receipts and everything.
Well, should we have a pretrial with the victim?
Well, that, yeah,
here first, or?
We
can do that.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean,
Oh, all right. Yeah. So, Your Honor, we actually had her here previously. She's on oxygen. It's hard for her to get here, but we've spoken with her, and her opinion about this stays the same. She believes that we should proceed with it. So we can have her here for a trial.
Well, she's already been here once, and because the proof is when they appear. A lot of times, people say they want certain things, but they won't show up, so.
That is true.
See if she's gonna show up or not, so she's already done that. We don't need to go to that extent. How about July 15th as the trial date?
Judge, I'm going to be gone that whole week
Okay.
in July. I'm here.
July 22nd?
Yes, that'd be fine. I'm back that weekend.
Trial at noon.
I'll get you in the office.
In your
July
office.
22nd.
You said in your office?
Yeah, have you come to the office, right?
Okay.
That's your hearing date. All right. I'll call you.
State of Ohio versus Shannon S. McPherson, case number CRB 2439. Shannon McPherson.
Yes, all right, the person is on teleconference.
Yeah, Judge, she was here last week. We said she could go to Marion to appear by Zoom. The daughter's case was dismissed, I believe, on Tuesday in juvenile court. She's now 18. It was a cross-filing. The agreement was if the state could confirm that, then they would dismiss it upon payment of costs by Ms. McPherson. Is that correct, Ms. McPherson? It was dismissed Tuesday? Yes, sir. Your daughter's, okay. I just had run into her at Ironton, and she was there for that hearing.
And what had been discussed previously, that she was going to have an evaluation and treatment, mental health.
She did. I gave you the letter, or should have.
Yes, I don't think it was.
Yeah, she brought it in.
Do you have another copy of that? Is she receiving treatment?
Yes, are you still at, well, you're in Marion now. Are you treating at Marion, or?
Actually, because it's still Ohio, I am able to keep my treatment with Washington.
So we'd like to have another report from Mahajan to make sure she's following through.
Yes, that's what I had at the last.
Have you signed a release with Mahajan so we can get the information directly?
Oh, no, I don't believe so.
Could you do that? Because what the state, I don't know if you can hear Mr. Hill, he wants confirmation of the, just to make sure it's going the way it's supposed to go. If you could get that to us, I anticipate upon payment of costs at next hearing, we could ask the judge to dismiss it then. Okay. And Judge, when do you want to do that?
Sometime in July, you say you want.
Yes, I could do, I think the first part, just that 1 week kind of in the middle. I could do, here, July 1st, Friday, June 28th, July 1st.
About the 12th.
Yeah, that, I'll be gone, 12th.
8th.
The 8th, I could do the 8th.
July 8th will be the next hearing. Looking for a report from Mahajan.
Okay.
Because there's none in the file.
Okay.
I don't have a copy.
Make sure you can sign that release with the other report by July 8th, okay?
Okay.
And Judge, if she gets that, could she appear by Zoom again? She's moved to Marion.
I have no objection.
Better, okay. She appears by video again. It's good.
It's good with me.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'll call you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Danielle Hall, case number TRD 22175.
Hey, Roger.
You didn't have a good screen and you don't have a good report. So.
Yes, sir. I had a little bit of medical issues this month. I had to have my gallbladder taken out. I was sick for about a week, and then I had to have it taken out. So unfortunately, I was unable to return back to the RSCS. And then I had to go back to work. So I'm just trying to be honest. I just didn't have enough time to get with all the work that I had to get caught up on, and with the methadone clinic as well.
So
I think I just have just a little bit more time to show you that I can do it.
I want Mr. Gwynn to see your screen. And then
Yes.
Why don't you all go talk and let's see if we get something set up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we'll recall your case after you talk with Mr. Gwynn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jane Olivia, case number CRB 24352.
You're Jay Olivia.
Yes, Your Honor, good morning.
Ms. Olivia, it's alleged that at Fayette Township on June 6th, you purposely tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. It's a theft offense, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes,
How do you plead to this charge?
not guilty.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, please.
Are you working?
No,
You have no income?
not currently. I just moved out here like a week ago.
What's your current address?
322 Carbon, in West Virginia, here.
Where are you living?
517 2nd Street, Huntington, West Virginia. Apartment.
517 2nd Street?
Yes, Huntington, West Virginia. Apartment 1/2.
Huntington, apartment half?
Yes.
It's 1F?
1/2, like 1/2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she has a bond up. Mr. Stratton, I'll point to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea is entered. July 1st?
Yeah, that'll work.
July 1st will be the next hearing, will be a pretrial at 10 o'clock, July 1st.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, step outside.
State of Ohio versus Sergey Levick, case number CRB 24351.
You're Sergey Levick.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Levick, it's alleged that June 6th, Fayette Township, here in Lawrence County, tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. First degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
I'm going to get a lawyer.
Okay. How much time do you need to do that?
I have the lawyer's number, name. I haven't spoken to him, no.
Well, I think you were a co-defendant with the last
Yes.
young lady, so I'll set you for the same day, July 1st.
Yes.
At 10 o'clock will be your next hearing. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. And indicate that you will hire counsel.
Yes.
And your bond that you posted is continued.
Okay.
Any questions, sir?
No.
Okay. Be back here July 1st.
And the address is the 517 1/2 as well.
Okay, same address. That's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. July 1st, your next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Kenny Williams, case number CRB 24350.
And you are Kenny Williams?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams is alleged that June 6th, Fayette Township, you tried to defraud Walmart property without their consent. Maximum penalty for that, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
What happened was,
You need to enter a plea, then you can tell me what your explanation is.
I'm guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true, and you waive the right to have a trial, to have a lawyer when you enter a guilty plea. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear the state's explanation, then I'll hear your explanation after.
Okay.
The state has to say.
Your Honor, this is the affidavit, Mary Ann Bagley, who's an employee there at Walmart in loss prevention. I observed Kenny Williams on GM shelf check register 32, I guess that's the camera. Right from the beginning, he started to bag items without scanning. I had the SCO attendant remind Kenny of the product on the bottom of the cart, but one, he was, the attendant, busy with another customer. Kenny started to just bag items up. 21 items were skipped, totaling $73.64.
Okay. All right, sir, if you have an explanation, I'll hear it now.
I did wrong. And I've learned from it. I apologize.
Okay, anything else you want to tell me?
Everything else is the way it was.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, and I do this because of the history in this court, is we get a lot of cases from Walmart and a lot of the people that shop with. I don't know if this is going to apply to you, but do it because they have a drug problem. So I want you to go do a urine screen. I'll send you after I get the results. So go with Mr. Cooper to do a urine screen.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Michael Atkinson, case number CRB 24353.
Sir, you Michael Atkinson?
Yes, I am.
The bail is bring you a copy of the charge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's an assault charge.
It should have been a DV, domestic violence.
It is what it is. I don't make the charging decision. He makes the charge. And it may be totally wrong, but just let me explain to you what you're facing.
Okay.
The state's filed an assault charge. It alleges that Perry Township on May 25th of this year, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Brett Morris. That's a first-degree misdemeanor assault, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes.
How do you plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you work?
No.
You have no income?
No.
Is Mr. Steyer?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
It'd be better if you did.
Actually, is
Just a second. Say it quietly to me.
Your Honor, the alleged victim is here, and he's written a statement saying he doesn't want to pursue charges. What we would recommend is that we would put the case on a 90-day continuance to make sure that there are no further problems, and then we would dismiss the charges with the payment of court costs if there aren't any problems over the course of the next 90 days.
We're agreeable to that, Your Honor. We would waive time constraints to accommodate the time frame.
Okay, now, is one or both of these persons from Columbus or something, or something?
that would be me.
I'm sorry, I got two sets of charges here. Which who are you? Michael Atkinson?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's Kenny Williams? That's what was here before? That's just an old set. Okay.
When would you like to come back? Well, I guess we're gonna set it out 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days. Let me take a quick look at my calendar. It's the 7th.
May we approach your honor?
Yes. All right, we're going to recall this later for conditions of bond and date after Mr. Cyrus had a chance to talk to Mr. Atkinson. So the case will be recalled.
That's yours. Just wait for me to go back.
State of Ohio versus Elijah Thunder Lewis, case number CRB 24333.
All right, you're Elijah Lewis.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis, it's alleged at Fayette Township on June the 1st of this year, you tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. It's a theft charge, maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand your rights?
Partially, Your Honor.
You want me to go over your rights again with you? Were you here when I explained the rights of the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have questions about that, or?
Just a little confused on it.
You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. What you say is on the record. It can be used against you if you admit something. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to have bail to secure your appearance, and you have a right to make the state prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about these things?
No, Your Honor.
How do you wish to plead to the charge?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true. By doing that, you're waiving the right to have a trial and have a lawyer on the charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because we're not going to have a trial if you enter a guilty plea, because you're admitting it's true. You understand that?
I now understand that, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that what you want to do still? Or?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. You want to enter a not guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you working?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. Are working full-time?
Yes.
Well, you're probably not going to qualify, but I have to determine what your financial circumstances are. What kind of income do you have?
So I work, I get paid bi-weekly, and it's about, I'm going to say about $2,500 a month, roughly.
2,000 what?
500.
A month?
About.
Well, you must not be working full-time. What kind of nurse are you?
Well, it's a certified medical assistant. We go by the name of nurse, but I make $17.10 an hour.
Okay. Are you working 40 hours a week?
Yes.
I have to determine the gross minimum income, so do some math.
Your Honor.
I'm doing it, so. So you're making about $35,000 a year is what I'm getting gross, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any dependents?
I do have a son.
Okay, well, then you're eligible. So, Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you. I'm entering a not guilty plea for Mr. Lewis. He can sign a signature bond of $1,500. As long as you show up, you don't have to post the money. If you don't show up, then you have to pay the money and you get a warrant for not showing up.
Sign it right there.
And Mr. Morford, I think we've already set some cases for you July the 8th.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so July the 8th will be the next hearing for pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Kenny Williams, case number CRB 24350. Kenny Williams.
Okay. All right, I bet your urine screen is negative. So anything else you want to tell me, sir?
I'm sorry for what I did, and it was a bad learning experience. It won't happen again. It's my first time.
Okay, I'm imposing a $100 fine for you to pay the court costs, 10 days in jail, which I'll suspend on the condition that you do 5 days of community service. We have a community service program here at the court. Monday through Saturday, we need grass is growing. Are you working, sir, or what's your schedule?
Yes, I am.
What's your work schedule?
I'm open to whatever day you
Okay.
want me to show up.
So you can be here tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, be here tomorrow, 7:30 a.m., get at least your first day done. You'll have 2 years of probation just to ensure that you do it. Once it's finished, it'll terminate. His review hearing is December the 6th. If you finish up before then, you don't have to come back. If you haven't finished, you gotta show up for that hearing at 9 a.m. on December the 6th. If you don't show up, you get a warrant. You got stuff left to do.
Okay.
Just get it knocked out and done, you can not worry about it.
Okay.
I'm worried you stay out of Walmart too. You gotta stay out of Walmart. If you go back in, you'll be getting trespassing.
Right. That's what they told me. 2 years.
Yes. See Mr. Major in his office, it's his lap. If you leave the courtroom, make a 90-degree lap, go to that counter, open counter, that's his office. Talk to him, go leave you some paperwork, and you're free to go.
Okay, 7:30 in the morning.
7:30 a.m.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Charles Booth, case number CRA 23145, CRD 144350, CRD 144393, A and B.
Mr. Morford's case, Charles Booth.
Judge, I believe this is a gentleman that I texted you and Mr. Hill about to appear virtually since he's on the river.
Okay, but he's not really.
I'll go out and get the information, connect Judge, and get it to him.
We'll recall it.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jessica Devaney, case number CRA 24166, A and B, CRB 24167. Mr. Steyer's case.
Jesse Devaney.
Jesse Devaney.
Jesse Devaney.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Mr. Steyer's case.
do for a while. I'm gonna keep it going.
Well, one thing that's troubling, it says he's supposed to be seen weekly. The last time he was seen at the OBP was May the 11th, according to this. That's a lot of weeks where he hasn't been seen.
Yeah.
I go every Tuesday. May the 11th was a Saturday, so I wasn't even there on a Saturday.
That was the last encounter that they put in. So, but they may have not done their notes or something since then, I'm not sure, but I can check on that.
Since it says he's compliant, I would assume that,
Yeah, there's been no issues at all, like his urine drug screens are compliant and everything like that, so.
I think this is a mistake as to the last day.
Yeah, I was just
Could
there on
be.
Tuesday.
I just go off of his encounters when I type up my letters.
Okay. Mr. Hill?
We're okay to continue on. The alleged victim on the domestic violence is, I believe, his mother, and she says he's doing great. So.
Okay, very good.
so Your Honor, I don't know what kind of a time frame we're looking at on this.
6 weeks or so?
Okay, 6 weeks puts us on the 19th of July, would that day work?
Jury trial that day.
I'm sorry.
26th, jury trial's on the 19th.
I'm available the 26th as well.
July 26th will be the next hearing. 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio recalls Danielle Hall, case number TRD 22175, TRD 2416.
Okay, this was a recall after Ms. Hall and Mr. Gwynn were going to speak. Any kind of agreement reached as to how?
Yes, Your Honor, she's going to come in Monday morning at 8 a.m. to meet with her counselor and do a send-off drug screen.
Okay. Okay, let's say you come back on June 24th. June 24th will be your next hearing.
Is that at 10 a.m.?
At 10 a.m., yes, Commissioner.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Harry M. Rude, case number TRD 22805 A and B. Harry Rude.
Okay, this is the one for Mr. Sowers texting, so. All right, Mr. Rude, it looks like it's alleged you failed to appear for a review hearing back in November 13th, and got a warrant, and then it looks like you got arrested, you had to post a bond now.
Yeah.
So you owe some money on 2 cases that said no community service. Can you make a payment on your cases?
Not while I'm here, I have to wait, I have to, they said I have to do it online.
Okay. Well, you've got a bond up now, so I'll put it on the sentencing docket, and I'll set your next hearing for July the 8th.
Okay.
Once you get these paid off, you can put down to these hearings.
Just ask the clerk how much I owe.
Yes, sir.
All right, I take it on.
On the no motorcycle endorsement, it's $415.
All right.
And on the disorderly conduct, $235.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Said July 8th, right?
July 8th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Mandy Joe Hall, case number CRB 24116.
Mandy Joe Hall, Mr. Smith's case.
Judge, I was given a note by the clerk earlier this morning, says she does not have a ride,
Okay.
and asked it to be continued. She didn't show up for assessment, I'm just finding out.
All right, and she's got 7 days before.
I was going to ask Judge, I'll see if I can get her here.
But she warrants 7 days if she has no kids.
State of Ohio versus Stephanie Kingsbury, case number CRB 18826. Stephanie Kingsbury.
This is also Mr. Smith's case.
Judge,
sentencing.
yeah, I did not receive a note on her, I don't know why she's not here.
Stephanie Kingsbury.
I would ask for the same 7 days to appear. I'll see if I can find her.
Well, she has a bond.
Well, maybe somebody else will find her for me. Mr. Sowers, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, interesting, I got another, this is going back, I don't remember who the attorney was, on Justin Michael Reaper. He was the one that said he was a veteran. That was Mr. Morford's case. So let's get Mr. Morford, thank you, he was Mr. Morford's client. Mr. Morford, I got a response back from the VA. I want to put this on the list. Morford, I had messaged the VA liaison about Mr. Reaper.
Yes, sir.
And this was Amanda Rayburn. She says he needs to contact her Monday so she can do an intake and get release assigned, and he's never been there. According to her.
Okay, Judge, I'll make that
She
happen.
does say he is eligible, so apparently he is a veteran. She looked that up. He is a veteran. He is eligible for care and treatment at the VA, but
I'll make that
what I
happen.
think he's represented, he hasn't been obtained.
I'm going to try to get some documentation of the representations he made to the court earlier.
All right, for Stephanie Kingsbury,
Yes.
I will, do you have any information about where she is?
I have none, Judge. She's not called the office. She apparently hasn't called the clerk today. She's just not here.
All right, I'll let Mr. Sowers know, issue a bench warrant, and for failure to appear, set a bond forfeiture hearing for July 1st.
That's fine, Judge. I'll be here.
July 1st.
State of Ohio versus Linda L. Carpenter, case number TRC 231792, A and B.
When's your appointment?
2:30 Wednesday.
Okay. Your Honor, we were here a week ago. Ms. Carpenter wished to leave, I believe it was Bridges she was at.
Yeah.
And wanted to go to to
OVP.
OVP, not OSP, that's a whole different thing. To OVP, Your Honor, she has an appointment for an assessment with them on Wednesday of next week.
No, I already done that.
Well, you've done the assessment. What's the appointment for?
To meet with my counselor to lay out a treatment plan.
Okay, so she's done her, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Her assessment, they're gonna set up a treatment plan next Wednesday. I don't know if you want to come back on Friday. I'm here again next Friday. I'm not here for a little bit longer, or if we want to just come back a little bit further out and see how things have progressed. This is a sentencing at this point. She's already pled, so kind of, I mean, timing wise, do what the court feels appropriate.
Mr. Hill?
We're okay to move it a week.
Okay. So that's the 14th.
That is indeed.
June 14th will be the next
We'll be here the 14th with a plan.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let him up,
All right, and I'm going to talk to,
my counselor.
well, I'm going to talk to Brianne about getting something from him too. So,
Okay.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Rebecca L. Hamburg, case number
Thank you very
CRB
much.
24297.
All right, and you're Rebecca Hamlin?
Yes.
This was delayed for sentencing till today. Does the state have any input on that?
Yes, Your Honor, and I don't know whether April Black is here today. She left a letter to be presented to the court in lieu of, in case she couldn't be here today. So, Your Honor, I have a statement from the alleged, or the owner of the dog, if I may present that to the court. How about the, is this an on bill? May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
One of the things that we have here is vet bill, which is $40. This is a letter from the aggrieved party.
Can you summarize for me?
Well, I haven't read it myself, Your Honor, we just got it. I believe that she was asking for, I can read it, and
No, that's okay. All right, so are you asking for $40 in restitution?
yes, Your Honor, and in addition, the victim in that letter is requesting that the dog be forfeited.
Okay, so this, Hamlin, what's your plan so that this doesn't happen anymore?
Your Honor, we have already fixed, which I have pictures on my phone. We have already fixed we had a chain link fence, and now we have a 7-foot privacy fence that we have put up on the back, and then we already have a privacy fence on this side. And I didn't realize that a dog had to be leashed while they were in your backyard. I didn't know that.
Well, they don't have to be, but you just gotta be able to contain them on your yard. So if what you have is insufficient, then maybe you need to leash them, but if you got a fence, that will keep them in. If you got a dog that's able to jump the fence, then that's not effective. Or
Right.
get under the fence.
I completely, I do understand that. But some of her statement is, it's not really the way that it happened. Like, my fiance was actually running after the dog to get her. So, and then our neighbor out back, she sent pictures to us telling that our dog was out, and it's a dog that doesn't even, it's just because it's a pit bull breed. It's not even this, like, it doesn't even look like my dog. And so these dogs are running around, and I'm assuming that that's why they think that it's always our dog, because they have cameras back there. And she sent us pictures saying that it was our dog, and it didn't, it's not even nowhere close to our dog.
Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. There's already been a guilty finding. I'll impose a $100 fine, which I'll suspend on the condition that we don't have any more incidents.
Correct.
And I'll order you to pay the vet bill, which is $40, and the court costs.
Okay.
Who do we need to pay that to?
April Black, I believe, is the owner. Yeah, April Black was the owner of the other. There's, apparently she just took it for a office visit.
Yeah, because it was, Your Honor, it was 2 days after the incident happened. My boyfriend asked her, you know, if you took the dog to the vet, you know, we'll pay it. And she said, oh, no, I didn't take her to the vet. But it's okay. I mean, I'll pay the $40. It's not a big deal.
Well, they submitted something showing an office visit. Let's see if it's.
I see.
Yeah, it's in the right time frame.
Yeah, because I don't speak to her. I don't talk to her. He talks to her, but I don't.
Okay, so you'll pay that to the clerk, and then the clerk will submit it to her.
Okay.
Do you want her to have any community service?
No. Okay, can you pay that today, ma'am, or you need time to pay it?
No, I can pay it today.
Okay, see the clerk, make your payment, and the case will be completed.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Samantha Rush, case number CRB 2436. Samantha Rush.
This is set for sentencing, Samantha Rush. Samantha Rush has failed to appear, so there will be a warrant issued.
State of Ohio recalls Michael Atkinson, case number CRB 24353.
He just stepped out. Michael Atkinson. And he was tired.
He's right here. There he is. Your Honor, we've discussed discussed what's going on. I think the state's offer of a 90-day continuance is still appropriate. The treatment that was being discussed at the bench is of a mental health nature. It's not. So but he is willing to execute a release with his provider to give a report to the court when we come back. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to get a date. We're coming back to take that date to your provider and say, hey, this is when we need to have the report to the court, so that we have it.
Columbus, I take it, right?
No, he's living down here.
Okay.
I live in Greenup, Kentucky. It's Ortland Postal.
Where's the provider?
It is actually in Flatwoods, Kentucky. It's called Compensations or something. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Complations in Flatwoods.
Discussing the matter, though, due to the nature of the case involving, pretty clearly seeming to involve some mental health issues, Mr. Heald has agreed that if there's no further problems and the appropriate report that shows he's been compliant with treatment over that time frame comes, that we're not going to require court costs in this matter.
Okay, no cost, but treatment.
And so with that in mind, I guess we need to take a look at a day, about 90 days out.
September 6th?
That works for me, if it works for him.
Let me make sure. I'm available that day. The only other thing I would add is, speaking, I didn't catch, is there a protective order in place because the alleged victim told me he doesn't want one?
There was one, but it's up to the judge if that, to my acknowledgement, if it stays there
Okay,
today
so
or not.
this was a situation where he signed something at the jail, like a consent agreement that only lasts until we get in front of you. So that takes care of that. I wasn't certain, so I wanted to raise the issue.
So there's no request?
No, there's,
All right. No protection order request. September 6th is the next hearing.
Give me just 1 second to write this down for him, if you don't mind, Your Honor.
He can sign $1,000 signature bond.
who, me?
Did he post a bond to get out?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then he doesn't need to sign a new bond.
I was bonded out
Yes.
Okay, make sure you can read my writing. And, you got my...
September 6th.
Yeah, you got my number, text me later on, okay? Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Garrett A. Childers, case number CRB 24221.
Jasmine, did you
Oh,
find
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Let me see if we can, this is a minor, so let me see if we can call it. So what's going on? This is disorderly conduct from non-conduct. I haven't been. May 17th.
There's bench warrants.
Can we recall this, Your Honor?
That case will be recalled.
Thank you. Please have a seat.
Your Honor, I'm trying to get over to jail before anything will get contact, so we call them, they'll put them on.
Thanks, here.
No. State of Ohio versus Daniel Carter, case number TRD 23-1634 A and B at the Lawrence County Jail.
Mr. Steyer still here?
We're looking for Mr. Steyer. Just wanted to know if you were still here.
We're gonna have some arraignments, so I just have to need to stick around.
All right, I will. Well, I've got another case to be recalled as well, Your Honor.
It's supposed to be down. I'll let you guys.
All right, sir, are you Daniel Carter? Okay, your microphone's turned off. Try again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there you come through. I'm Judge Capper. This is a hearing on a warrant. It's alleged a warrant was issued for you back in December 26 of 2023 for not appearing at a sentencing hearing on a no driver's license and a speed offense. You admit or deny you failed to appear for your hearing?
I admit, Your Honor.
Do you have an explanation?
I moved to Indianapolis, my car broke down, I didn't know who to call, who to talk to. I apologize, it's not an excuse, just an explanation. I learned a valuable lesson.
Are you the one that got picked up in Hamilton County?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've been in jail how many days now?
9 days now.
All right. Okay. On basically non-jailable offenses, so you got 9 days for not coming to court, is what it comes down to. All right, anything else you want to tell me?
Just really like to get this over with, sir.
Me too. So, since you already got 9 days in jail, on the no driver's license, I'll give you a $50 fine, and on the speed offense, a $30 fine, or you pay the court costs. I'll put it on a final pay date of September the 10th. So if you pay before then, all's good. If you pay after that, you won't be able to get a license because it'll go in and block you getting a license after that.
Understood, sir.
So you should get out of jail here shortly.
What's that?
You should be getting out of jail here shortly as soon as we process the paperwork and send it down.
Hey, that's a great relief, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Samuel Conley. Case number CRA 24349, A and B, and Trevor DeMint is on deck.
Sir, are you Samuel Conley? Did you receive a copy of the charge?
No, I have not.
Okay. I've got it was emailed to the jail at 10:45 a.m. So you should get a copy of it. It's a rape charge that alleges that on the first day of March through June of 2024, you engaged in sexual conduct with a person that was not your spouse. And when the other person was compelled to submit by force or threat of force. So that's a first degree felony. The maximum penalty for that is 10 years in jail, $20,000 fine. And that looks like is the only charge. You understand the charge?
There's a number of charges, Your Honor.
There's 8 total.
Okay, well, let me look. Okay, you're correct. There is a B charge. But it looks like they're just the same charge maybe on different dates. The B charge is another rape charge, same possible penalty. So is the C charge. There's a D charge. An E. An F. F is actually a different charge. So F. So is it E is sexual battery. That alleges the same time and place that you had sexual conduct with a person with the initials KC, and that you were the natural or adopted parent, step-parent, guardian, custodian of this person. So that also is a felony 3. Maximum penalty for that is 5 years in jail, $8,000 fine. The F charge is sexual battery, same time frames. So is G. And H. Okay, and that looks like the end of it. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer, Mr. Conlon?
I'm sorry?
Do you have money with which to hire a lawyer?
I can potentially get a lawyer, yes.
Well, let me ask it this way. Do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer, or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Sorry, this was all new to me, so I'm not sure which one will be the easiest route for me to get.
Well, if you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer, I have to ask you about your income. Because you have to financially qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Do you want me to ask you about your income?
Yeah, you can ask me about my income.
Okay. Have you been employed up until this time?
Have I been employed up to this time?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What do you do?
I work for Stone Chickens International.
Okay, are you paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much per hour?
$11.50.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. Do you want me to go ahead and appoint a lawyer for you then?
Yes, I guess so.
You can always hire a lawyer later if you wish, but you're financially qualified for court-appointed counsel.
Okay, yeah.
I'll appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you. He's in the courtroom, so he's heard the charges. How long has Mr. Conley been in custody? When did he come into custody, I guess I should say.
Do you know when you came into custody, sir?
Evening before last Wednesday.
5th. So we could do it next Friday. He came in on 5th.
I'm here next Friday.
All right, there'll be a preliminary hearing June 14th, 10 o'clock. State's position on bond.
Your Honor, very serious allegations, a number of them, and for the safety of all concerned, and to secure Mr. Conley's presence before the court, we would ask for $250,000 cash assured bond.
I'll set bond for now at $250,000, cash assured, with protection orders to stay away from any complaining parties or their families. Mr. Steyer, anything else?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Trevor Dennett. Case number CRB 24344. Corey Easton is on deck.
This is Trevor DeMett, your attorney. Mr. Steyer's in the courtroom. It's a possession of controlled substance charged in M1 variety.
All right. Just for the record, I've already represented Mr. DeMett on several cases that are pending with the court. So I stepped up in anticipation that I'm going to be appointed on this.
You are?
Then in that case, I'm going to waive reading of the charge and enter a not guilty plea. In terms of bond, it's my understanding that the state would not object to an OR bond to inpatient treatment. And that, where did you say?
Cardinal.
And Cardinal has a bed available. So I'm assuming that, can you hear me actually? You haven't really responded to anything. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you willing to undertake treatment for a bond, and then we'll determine what we want to do with these cases in the immediate future? They were set, I believe, for either Monday or Friday of next week.
Friday.
The 14th.
Okay. If we can do this, I think that would give him a few days. I assume the bed's available.
Yes, it's available. I just have to get
So
that entry.
that would give him a week to get settled in, and we could come in at that point and regroup with a little more knowledge of what's going on. So that would be my suggestion to the court.
State's agreeable?
Not bad, John.
Okay. He can have a $3,000 OR bond with an order to be released to Cardinal for inpatient. Are they able to pick him up?
They are.
And set his next hearing for the 14th for a pretrial at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Steyer, is you going?
State of Ohio versus Corey Easton, case number CRB 24247, CRB 24222, and Brittany Etlin is on deck.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes.
She's not on there yet.
Okay. We haven't started your hearing yet.
So, well, I suggested that Philip goes down, maybe that we give a pretty consent, but I still want to see what I have first.
Okay, we're going to reschedule Ms. Easton to July 19th because she has cases pending in Ironton that won't be heard until the 17th, so we'll come back after that.
Okay, what is my bond?
10,000 cash or surety.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Epling, case number CRB 23589. Christopher Ferris is on deck.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what is your name, please?
Wesley,
Wesley.
I don't have his charges.
Okay, we don't have your charges, so we were expecting Brittany Epling.
Hey. They're not trying to, I don't know what's going on.
We can do the other guy that's on the bar.
I'm just trying, I'm here for an order of the maid.
We're holding off on the jail right now. State of Ohio versus Christopher Booth, case number CRA 23145, TRC 144350 and 144393 A and B on the recall.
All right, Mr. Booth is appearing by teleconference. I could see water behind him, so I think he is on barge, as he indicated he would be. Mr. Morford is his lawyer and is here today.
Yeah, I'm here.
This is wrong. He's got something.
He's at MVP.
Yes. He's in our outpatient services.
Thank you. Okay, I've got a report from OVP stated that you are compliant with your treatment program. So, now. Okay. He has been making some payments on his old cases. There's still amounts owed that they need to be taken care of.
Yeah, I plan on paying it off. I get off the boat on the 25th, and I plan on just paying it all on the 5th.
Okay, you get off the 25th of June?
Yes,
How long will you be in for?
10 days.
Okay, so we need to come back then, maybe July 1st. Okay, your next hearing is going to be July 1st at the court.
All right, sounds good.
July 1st, and that'll be for preliminary hearing, so it's at 10 o'clock.
All right, 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir, July 1st.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Brittany Epling to Lawrence County Jail.
All right, and this is Mr. Morford's case, 23589. And it looks like she was discharged from hometown on yesterday.
Is there any way I can get out, sir?
Well, that's one of the things we're going to talk about.
I promise I will do better this time, I promise. I'll meet it this time.
Okay, I think we're looking for Mr. Major or somebody to give me a report as what happened causing her to be discharged from hometown recovery.
Can I go to Lawrence County Recovery?
Well, Well, let's see.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Major's on the phone with Carla. I know a little bit about this. Mr. Major called yesterday and had the sheriff's department go out and pick her up for being discharged.
Why were you discharged, Brittany?
Because I tried to mess with the drug test.
Well, that's a good reason to get discharged.
What does she think that?
I tried to mess with a drug test.
Yes, sir, and I don't have anything to mess to do the drug test, I don't care. I just want to help. I actually want to help.
Can you get a report?
She can get a report from hometown, Your Honor.
Okay. But not right now. Okay. All right, I guess I'll call you back after I get a report.
So am I lucky getting out today?
I don't know, we'll see. I'll call you back after we get a report from hometown.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Ferris, case number CRB 14828, and TRD 143611 A and B. And Andrew Kennedy is on deck.
Christopher Ferris. You're Christopher Ferris?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ferris, I'm Judge Capper. You got two files here where it's alleged you failed to appear for review hearings on and got warrants.
Can I go ahead and say why I wasn't here?
No, wait till I finish. The last hearing date was November the 6th of 23. Looks like. Yeah, November 6th, 23. You didn't show up. It says last fall. Had a warrant outstanding since then. One was a domestic violence and the other was a traffic charge. Let's see, it was failure to read safe driving privileges.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you admit or deny you failed to come to your hearings?
I admit I did fail to come to the hearings. Yes, I did.
Are you living in Russell, Kentucky now?
I was, yes, sir.
Where are you living now?
Back to 158 Township Road, 1049. That's where I was picked up on the warrants. Or failure to appear.
Oh, is that Ironton?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you're not going to come to court, then you probably should stay out of Ohio because you're going to get picked up on warrants in Ohio.
I was in a bad motorcycle wreck, 2022. I'm waiting, as soon as I get my settlement, you'll be the first person I come see, Mr. Kapler. I will pay all my fines off as soon as I get my
Well,
settlement.
believe it or not, I don't stand at the counter and take people's fines, so you probably won't see me if you come in to pay your fines.
Well, I mean, I'm signed up for disability, and I'm just waiting to get my back pay or my settlement. I broke my hip in 4 places, broke my right arm in 9 places, and broke my left arm as well. I was in a bad motorcycle wreck, got killed. That's why I haven't been working, that's why I have not paid on my fines.
How long have you been in jail?
Here's my right arm alone.
How long you been in jail?
Been here for 5 days.
Okay. Is that enough to convince you that you got to come to court when you're supposed to?
More than enough, Mr. Kaplan.
Okay, so you want to pay this off. You don't want to lay it out in jail.
I don't want to lay it in jail, I just ain't had the money because I signed up for disability and I ain't had the
Well,
money.
Mr. Ferris, let me clue you in. You look like you're old enough and smart enough that you would know this.
Yes, sir.
But if you come to court when you're supposed to, I have a really hard standard to put you in jail just because you can't pay. In fact, court's about being, hold on, don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
Or I'll just change it all out to jail and you can lay it all out. Use your brain. Come to court when you're supposed to. Get scared of going to jail. I would crawl to the courthouse to keep from going to jail.
My fiance looked at me.
So I don't care if I was in a motorcycle wreck, if I laid over in a hospital in ICU for a month, I would be thinking about when I get out, I'm gonna contact the court and get back in there so I don't have a warrant laying for me out there, so I'm gonna get scarfed up and taken to jail when I least expect it.
My fiance come here yesterday and looked in that jail cell and she said, I don't know what you're thinking, but I will be doing everything in my power to keep being in a place like this. She's like, I don't know what you're thinking.
Well, she's pretty smart, and you should listen to her.
Right.
Maybe instead of making your own decisions, you just turn them all over to her. What should I do now?
Yeah.
What should I do now? So maybe get married, and that'll take care of it.
As for what her interpretation of the situation is, I'm scattering.
Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find you in contempt for not coming to court when you're supposed to. You got 5 days out of it.
No, Your Honor, he was booked in on the 4th.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems like 5. You've only gotten 3 days. I'll send you a time, sir.
I've been here since Monday. Sunday night at 12:30. They booked me in here.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, I'm sending you the time, sir. I'm going to give you a new hearing date of July 1st.
I'll see you then, for sure.
You got to come then. That made it easy, July 1st. How's that easy to remember?
That's easy peasy for me.
Okay. You got to come to court until you get this all paid.
Thank you, Mr. Captain.
You'll get out of jail here shortly. Just take
you.
care, do what you're supposed to do, and be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there.
Yes, sir.
That's it. You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Andrew L. Kennedy, case number CRA 24347, and Brittany Epling will be on deck.
Sir, are you Andrew Kennedy?
Yes, sir. This is Andrew Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bonds, to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, sir. I do.
The most serious charge looks like burglary. It's case number 24347, alleges June 5th in Fayette Township by stealth or deception. You trespassed in a home of another person with the purpose to commit a criminal offense therein. That's a felony of the 2nd degree. The maximum penalty for that is 8 years in jail, $15,000 fine. You're also charged with assault. It alleges June 5th this year, Fayette Township. You knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Miranda Bartlett. It's a 1st degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. The B case alleges same thing, assault, but a different person, Jamal Sudreth, that you caused or tried to cause physical harm to. So those are your charges. Do you understand them?
I do understand, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir. I do.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
I believe I could get a lawyer, yes, sir.
Okay, you want to hire your own? You don't want me to appoint one for you? Is that correct? You want to hire your own lawyer?
If you could appoint one to me, that's fine.
Well, I'll have to ask you about your income. What, have you been working?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
What is it?
What do you do for a living?
I'm an administrative specialist for River Valley Child Development Services.
Do you get a salary?
No, it's $18.31 an hour.
How many hours a week?
40.
Do you have children?
Yes.
How many?
3.
Okay, well, you're probably going to be eligible. You're eligible for court-appointed counsel because of the number of children and your level of income. Do you want me to appoint counsel for you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you. State's position on bond. It's got a South Point address, is that right? Your address is South Point, sir?
Yes, sir, 514
State would request a $25,000 cash and surety bond and a protection order.
Okay, I'm gonna set your bond at 25,000 cash or surety, and I'm ordering that you stay away from the person's name in here, which is Bartlett, and what was the other one?
And Jamal Sutterth.
Sutherland. You're not to go around them, contact them, post things about them. Do you think you can post bond, sir?
Am I able to use my vehicle as insurance?
Well, you can talk to the bail bondsman about that. You want to talk to the bail bondsman?
Yes.
So your attorney will contact the bail bondsman. You have a number where you can be reached if you do make bond?
Yes, sir, I did.
You want to give that to your attorney?
Yes, sir, it is 681.
681? I'm sorry.
681, yeah, 681, 373.
373?
Go slow, please.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. 373,
Okay.
1073.
1073? Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so we need to set a hearing date for this, hopefully next week. See, I assume you've been in custody since the 5th, so we'll need to set it next Friday.
This guy's name's Andrew Kennedy. This is Charles Booth here.
We'll set this for next Friday, June 14th. We'll go in there hearing and pre-trial.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Evelyn at the Lawrence County Jail on a recall, case number CRB 23589A and B. Derek Foxer is on deck.
She hit the road. Sorry.
Okay. Have you seen the report, Mr. Fielder?
I have, Your Honor.
State take any position on this?
Yes. I'm just looking at the history of this. She's had some success at times, but it seems like she's had a lot of discipline problems and things of that nature. I don't know whether one of the agencies will take her back after this or not.
What's home counsel?
I could reach out and see if we could take her back.
Do you want to go back or you want to go someplace else? Can't hear you. Your microphone's off.
I don't want to go anywhere, I don't care where, I just want to go back.
Okay.
My wife's going to do better. Please take me back.
Your Honor, you know, it is very frequent that instead of pursuing these criminal charges to a conviction, we are willing, with the consent of a victim, to, you know, withhold that and give them an opportunity to be successful in treatment, and then eventually even go for a dismissal of the charges if they reach a level of success in their treatment. And sometimes I think that maybe that becomes something that we can't continue to do in a case if the person is not sticking with their agreement. And this is just an instance of I mean, I think it's a pretty egregious kind of setback that she's given herself here. And I think that it would be appropriate at this time for us to either set these cases for a trial or have her plead guilty to them. And if she pled guilty to them, then we would...
Listen, this is Mr. Yeah, he's here. Okay.
We would agree to delay the sentencing and allow her to be successful and not ask for jail time if she's successful. That way she can think about the fact that she might be looking at 6 months in jail if we had our way, if she was not successful. Because we want her to have that pressure on her to do what she needs to do to get better.
I don't know if I will, I promise, I'll do whatever it takes. I will.
Okay. Mr. Morford's going to call down and talk to you, then we'll have you back after that's happened.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Derek Oxer, case number CRB 2252 A and B. Toby Pack Jr. is on deck.
And this is Tyler Smith's case, but I don't think he knew he was in jail. He left counseling according to this February 18th. Well, at least that was the hearing, February 18th, 22. All right, sir, you're Derek Oxford.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Oxford, I'm Judge Capper. You're here for arraignment on a warrant that's alleged that you had failed to appear here back in February of 22, February 18th, for a pretrial. Up to that point, prior to that, you've been at the counseling center. It's alleged you left counseling against the medical advice and without court permission. I guess a warrant's been outstanding for you since then.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that allegation, sir?
Yes, sir. Since then, I've become compliant with HRS and the outlooks at Gaines County, and compliant with my probation at Gaines County also.
Okay. How did you get picked up on this warrant then?
I had a 48-hour hold because I was late on the for probation, and he put me on a 48-hour hold, and Lawrence County picked me up.
Okay.
But I'm compliant with my HRS. I've been on Suboxone Like I said, I've come a long way since I was in here last.
All right, I'm changing your bond to 2,000 cash or surety. I'll set you for a hearing next Friday, June the 14th, for a pretrial. Do you think you can post a bond?
Is it $200?
Yes, sir. Probably. It's after the bail bondsman, but
Honestly, sir, probably not. If I can get it over, I would promise I'll make it work.
no, you can't, well, you promised me you would come back before and you didn't, so that's why you gotta post a bond now. And I'll let Mr. Smith know that you'll be on the docket for next Friday. Okay, that's all.
All right.
You say 614.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Craig Salem Smith, case number CRB 24343. Toby Pack Jr. is on deck.
Craig Smith, back on deck. Yeah, so.
Here at the court, State of Ohio versus, excuse me, Your Honor, this is not here, this is at the jail, I'm sorry.
They're all in here.
Exactly. State of Ohio versus Richard A. Napier, case number 24355 here at the Lawrence County Municipal Court.
You're Richard Napier?
Yes, sir.
The bailiff will serve you with a copy of the charge.
Yes, sir.
Case number 24355 alleges that Rome Township on June 3rd, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Aisha Napier, who's a family or household member. It's a domestic violence charge, maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
You have a job?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Parts manager, auto zone.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yep.
How much per hour?
22, 30,
Okay. How many hours a week?
about 32, 33.
So I'm getting you're making around $38,000 a year gross?
Yes, sir.
You have children?
Yes, sir.
How many?
2.
Look at the chart. Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you.
Hello, sir.
Not guilty plea is entered.
Yes. You postponed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You posted bond, Your Honor. So bond be
Bond
continued.
is continued. Is there a protection order requested?
There is, this is a cross-filing. Aisha Napier is
She's
in.
She's in jail.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, well, we'll have to ask her.
Do you want her order to stay away from you, sir? Why's that?
That was then. I mean,
Do you want a protection order?
When I arraign her, if you don't want an order that for her to stay away from you, I won't enter one.
You don't want a protection order, do you? No, he does not want a protection order.
So we'll ask her about him too when I bring her back.
Okay.
For arraignment. Okay. We'll need to set this. #20th, 17th, 20th, 17th or after, of course.
Any date after that, Your Honor?
Okay, let's do the 17th.
Okay.
June 17th for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. We'll
You're
step
welcome.
aside. Back here and wait on
Who's sitting in the chair at the jail, please? He doesn't have a headset on, so can't tell me. Okay, now your audio is not on.
It's a serious.
Now try.
Can you hear me?
I can now, yes. What's your name, sir?
Craig Smith.
Okay, Mr. Smith, I've got your file. I'm Judge Capper at the Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You've got one charge. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have the right to bail, like to say, prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
I couldn't hear you real well. I understand, yes.
You're charged with obstructing official business that on June the 4th in Rome Township, you purposely prevented a public official in performing their official duties. That's the charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
How do you want to plead to that?
I'm guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
I'm working right now, yeah.
What do you do?
I build houses. I work with my brother.
Okay. What are you making a year? What's your gross income per year?
11, 12,000 maybe.
All right. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you. He's here in the courtroom.
I am, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea is entered. What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, this reads as a very unusual circumstance. I don't know whether there might be something going on mental health-wise. I'd like for Mr. Steyer maybe to talk to him, and then we could have a discussion about bond. Whether there needs to be some form of treatment.
If that's what the state wants, I'd need to take a look at the file and try to throw him at the jail. So I'm gonna ask that I don't know if there's anyone listening, if you can keep him out so that I can call him in a couple minutes. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Aisha Napier, case number CRD 24354 at the Lawrence County Jail. Toby Pack Jr. is on deck.
Ma'am, you're Aisha Napier.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment at the Municipal Court in Chesapeake. It's all being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. If you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those things?
Yes.
It's alleged on June the 3rd in Rome Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Richard Napier. He's either a member of your family or a member of your household. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I do have a job. I have one job and I have another one that's supposed to start Monday.
What do you do?
I currently am cashier at Felony Dollar, and the other job that I'm supposed to start Monday will be a work from home job through a company called Concentrics, managing health plans.
And who's representing Richard?
I am, he's just pointing me out.
All right, Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you to represent Aisha. Now, Richard didn't want me to order you to stay away from him. Do you want me to order him to stay away from you?
No.
Okay, so no protection order requested. And what, I think I said for the 17th.
Yes, yeah, the 17th, Your Honor.
Setting your next hearing for June 17th as a pretrial at 10 o'clock. Mr. Morford's going to be your lawyer. I'll let you sign a $1,000 signature bond. As long as you come to court, you don't have to post any money to get out of jail. How does Mr. Morford get a hold of you, ma'am? Do you have a phone number where you can be reached?
I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you have a phone number where your lawyer can reach you?
Yes, 614-517-7987.
That's 7987.
517.
Thank you.
7987.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, your next hearing is June 17th. You'll get out of jail here shortly.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's her last name?
State of Ohio versus Toby Pack Jr., case number CRB 21537, CRA 24316. Brittany Eflin is on deck.
Some of these files back to.
This is Mr. Morford's case, set for pretrial.
I don't bet you've been able to make bond, Judge, obviously. Last time I spoke with him, he wanted an extradition hearing.
Okay. It's Boyd County.
Four charges, I believe.
Yes. So we needed to get a governor's warrant from Kentucky. How about, he's got a case pending here, we'll need to deal with it also. You want, that's an unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. If the state has any more information, if you want to go forward with that case anymore, or what?
No, his father actually has brought us a statement saying he doesn't want to pursue those charges.
So you want to dismiss that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it'll be dismissed at the victim's request. So the only thing left is the extradition. Okay, well, it sometimes takes a while to get a governor's warrant. So, I'll set it for another hearing in 3 weeks. June 28th.
Mr. Pack, you understand that unless you postpone, you will be in jail until that date?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, June. Yes, sir. June 28th is the next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Eplin, case number CRB 23589 A and B, and Wesley Elam is on deck.
Brittany Eplin. Okay, what does hometown say?
I spoke with our clinical director, and we're not able to take her back. We think that she needs a higher level of care.
Okay. Is there anyone who can take her?
Taylor had her before, I believe, but she may.
We need Taylor to come in. Is she still here? And I think the other issue was the state asked for a plea also.
She's going to change her plea, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, Bethesda says no too.
I can call Cardinal.
We don't have anything on beds.
Well, sometimes your acts have consequences far beyond what you think they might.
So I won't be able to get out of here today?
Doesn't look like you're gonna get out today. Nobody's got a bed that wants to take you.
What about, American, Lawrence County Recovery?
I'm texting Kathy to see.
Okay, well, we're still checking. But your lawyer tells me you're gonna enter a guilty plea to domestic violence, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that case number was 23,589.
Okay.
That's actually,
Also a menacing charge.
there's a menacing also.
Now, on the, let's see. So that means if you guys find me that, I'll be able to get out of here?
We'll see. We got some people looking right now. Okay, on the domestic violence, I'll impose a $50 fine and court costs, 180 days in jail.
I really have to find the day, because I don't want to stay in here.
I understand. I've never had anybody, I don't think, ever told me they want to stay in jail.
Cardinal's at the jail right now, they do pre-screen real quick.
Okay, I'll order her released to either Cardinal or Lawrence County Recovery if they have a bed available.
They can come get me?
Yes, they're there at the jail now. I'm going to put her back on the docket for, let's change it to Monday, see what's happened.
You just want to do a sentencing now?
We'll make it a status conference, I'm sending it now. So, it'll only be suspended if she's in treatment.
Brittany, while the judge is looking, I want you to understand that you're buying into and becoming sober and clean and compliant is going to factor into Mr. Hill's decision on what he's going to recommend as a sentence. You have the key in your hand to get a much more favorable result.
I'm sentencing her to 6 months, I'm just going to suspend it to inpatient treatment if she's able to get in. If she's not, she's going to sit in jail for 6 months. So,
Are they going to come get you though?
I don't know. We got you out there to see, they're going to come talk to you to see if they want to take you. You need to quit playing games. You've been playing games on a consistent basis. Part of getting clean and sober is being honest. You got to be honest about things, not diluting your random urine screen because you're afraid you're going to be positive for something. So, listen to me. You diluted the screen. What you should have done if you were concerned about is go to somebody there and say, look, I drank an energy drink and I'm afraid that will make me positive, rather than go behind the scenes and not tell anybody and dilute your urine screen. Be an honest person. That wouldn't be dishonest if you went to somebody, the counselor, and said, I'm afraid that I'm going to test positive because of an energy drink. I don't know that that's even possible, but you don't go behind the scenes and modify the test on your own without disclosing that to anyone. You understand me? Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm putting you back on the docket Monday to see if you're still sitting in the jail or what's going on with you. Hopefully you won't be. I want you to go to treatment, but you kind of burned a bunch of bridges, so not a lot of people want you now.
So everyone's fighting like it because you don't know?
That's pretty much it. And why they don't know is because they're not sure they want to deal with you.
I'm not going to make any more mistakes, I promise. I'm not.
Well, I think you've promised before and you didn't come through. So your word doesn't mean a whole lot. What you're going to have to do to restore your trust is start doing what you say. You say, I promise. Well, then do what you promise. Don't come back later and say, I promise, I promise, I promise, but you never do what you're supposed to do. Okay, that's it. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Wesley Elam, case number CRA 24356.
You're Wesley Elam. I'm Judge Kaffer. Well, let me give you your rights first. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. You can't appoint one. And make the state prove this charge. And the allegation is that you've got a warrant for your arrest in another jurisdiction. That's in Mercer County, issued from the Common Pleas Court in Mercer County. And it's alleged that you had violated community control sanctions there, and they've asked for you to be returned to Mercer County on that allegation that you violated your, basically your probation. So you have a right to have a hearing here to determine if you are the Wesley Elam that Mercer County wants, and if I should order you to go to that jurisdiction on these charges. Do you want, you can waive that and just say, yeah, I'm that person and I agree to go to Mercer County. Do Do you want to have a Rule 4 hearing about it, or do you want to wait and go to Mercer County?
Yeah, I was away, but I would rather see it on it.
Okay. All right, I don't have a waiver in the form. I need a waiver. We'll send it down to the sheriff's office, and then I'm going to give them a week to pick you up. So I'm going to set your next hearing for June 14th for pretrial. So I'm going to order that Mercer County pick you up before 8 o'clock on June 14th. And then if he is still in the jail, we'll have a hearing here at 10 o'clock on that day. So I'll need a waiver form to go to the jail.
That should finish us up at the jail.
Okay, we're finished at the jail. That's all, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Garrett A. Childers, case number CRB 24-221.
Thank you. This is Mr. Stiers' case.
No, well, Mr. Hill.
What's the recall about?
We haven't, Mr. Hill wanted to try to contact the victim, the alleged victim's mother.
And we weren't able to today.
Okay, so when do you want to come back?
I think we'd like to come back fairly quickly, as soon as it's convenient for the court and Mr. Stier and Mr. Childers.
I'm here next Friday.
All right, June 14th, bring your lunch and dinner. June 14th. For pretrial. It's going to be a busy docket.
Don't leave till I come out and talk to you.
10 o'clock, June 14th.
I don't know if, is the Zoom turned off?
It is.
We still were gonna recall Mr. Smith, Craig Smith. We called him the first time, and Mr. Hill told me to speak to him about possibly getting an assessment, and then to have it recalled. We didn't set a date, we didn't set a call. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, you call the jail.
Yes.
I'm going to step out and speak to Mr. Childers briefly while this is being called up. I'll get right back in here,
Okay,
if that's all
so we're
right.
setting it for June 14th.
14.
For pretrial, and he can sign $1,000 signature.
Okay. Did he not do that when he was here before?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine.
I think notes on it.
Do that now. Sign your name.
So I can remember if I feel one out.
Okay, what it's going to say, a lot of these dates are
Yeah, I
getting
don't
filled in.
remember.
Okay, yeah, just sign right there.
I see, yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Harlan and Kim, can we forego our meeting because I'm trying to get out of here?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, unless there's something urgent you want to talk about.
Mended Reeds would have a female bed Monday.
Okay.
Mrs. Megan mentions too.
Cardinal not taking her.
Cardinal's interviewing her now.
I put Cardinal down.
It has a waiting list.
They're never late on that.
Like she needs.
Yeah.
He said he's going to do an assessment.
If they don't take her assessment, she'll still be in the jail. We can deal with it.
I put a jail release though.
Yeah, I
Don't do
know.
it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so we'll get confirmation. I don't think, we don't know.
He went next door.
I'll leave it right here and then we'll just do this.
Neighbor that there was someone attacked him.
So Cardinal needs to let us know they're going to take their time. We're not going to send her a police out until it.
This is something this is nothing to think on. We're testing from out our new cups.
Okay.
And,
More stuff.
yeah, and that just gave you some stuff on the DEA website about what some of it is. I just wanted to let you know.
I will.
Who do we need in chair?
Smith.
Craig Smith.
They're turning it on now.
Okay.
She said she's waiting to get back there.
So do you all know what you're going to recommend on this?
Yeah, I think, well, I don't know an amount, but an OR bond with a requirement that he get a mental health assessment and follow up as recommended. I mean, I don't know that there's not a substance abuse element to what we see there, but it doesn't look like that to me. It looks like it's a mental health issue. I mean, both assessments wouldn't hurt anything, but I think, like I said, I think we both just think it looks more of a mental health issue. And then set it back for a pretrial.
They must be having trouble with her. He was on, he said Mr. Smith was at the computer and they was trying to log in right then.
Well,
I've spoken to him and he's agreeable to that. I don't know if I can waive his appearance for this portion of it. We can just send the OR bond down there with an explanation that he has to get an assessment. I don't know. Since there's a strong mental health element, I think that might guide us in where we try to send him, but, well, that'd be fine. Send it to PATH.
okay, let's do an entry that he can be released on an OR bond.
Oh, wait, they might be here. They're here.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Craig Salem Smith. On a recall, case number CRB 24343.
We had him.
Somebody may have lost a picture.
It's,
They're still up.
it's a new guy working at that board.
There. All right, so Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your lawyer's in the courtroom.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a signature bond.
Okay.
Do we still wanna come back on the 14th, or you wanna come back later?
I wouldn't mind going later, but I'm gonna be gone until the 26th.
Okay.
20, well, I'm not sure what date that is. It's 2 weeks from the 14th, which it should be the 26th, would be the 28th.
Do you live, where's Township Road 1057, Proctorville?
Up by the ambulance place in Proctorville, across from the fairgrounds behind Romeo's.
Okay. Do you have a car or have transportation? How do you get around?
I'll have to get a ride.
Okay. Why don't we do OVP then, Proctorville?
That's probably not a bad idea, but I don't
I was
know.
going to go there anyway.
She's still here.
Okay, go to OVP. It's probably only a mile from where you live.
I had an appointment last week and missed it.
Okay, well, don't miss it. Make another one, get in there, and then be back at the court in Chesapeake on next Friday at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And I'm letting you out on your signature.
Okay.
And do you have contact information, Mr. Sire?
I do not.
Do you have a phone number where you can be reached, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Just a second. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
304-710-7361.
So am I correct in assuming that's a cell phone?
Yes.
Can you get text messages?
Yes.
I'll send you a text message. That'll give you my phone number as well. Once you get it, just reply back and say, "This is Craig Smith, please." Okay?
Okay.
So I know you responded.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that concludes this hearing and all the other hearings. Court's adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
You are. Court's adjourned.